Guys, what's going on? Welcome into the JVT show. I'm your host, Victor Hines, and as always, it's a pleasure to have you here with me. So, it is a Sunday. In a few hours from now, we will know who the champions of Europe will be because the UEFA Champions League final takes place tonight. Bayern Munich up against PSG. What a clash we have on our hands. Two powerhouses of European football. PSG up against Bayern Munich, the conquerors, and the dominant team in Germany against the dominant team in France. Well, I can't wait for that one, to be honest. These two teams have entertained us all the way through to this final game, and I can't wait to see what it holds. Superstars on both teams. Neymar, Mbappe, Di Maria, one side. Robert Lewandowski, Serge Gnabry, Ivan Perisic, Thomas Muller on the other side. This is gonna have sparks, gonna have fireworks, and I just can't wait for it. So let's talk a little bit about PSG, then talk about Bayern Munich to end this off. Now PSG, well, what can I say? This is what they've always been trying to do. Get to the UEFA Champions League final, try to win this competition. This team has spent millions and millions of money in this project, just to win and get their hands on the cup with the big ears. I'm quoting those commentators from FIFA right now. They tried to use Zlatan Ibrahimovic, which just did not work. They brought in Neymar a couple years ago, then they added on Kylian Mbappe, who, well, let's just say they've had disappointing campaigns in trying to get their hands on the Champions League trophy. At one point, they were knocked out by Manchester United. They were knocked out by, I forget what team they were knocked out by the year before, but it was another disappointing outing. I think they were knocked out by Real Madrid. They knocked out by Real Madrid the year before, and so this time round, they managed to get themselves in the Champions League final. Now, you could say that the coronavirus pandemic sort of helped them and sort of played a part to them getting the final. They came back, and a lot of teams just weren't in it. A lot of teams just weren't in it, and they had a lot of time to rest. They were much more prepared, much more fit going into these final stages of the game, going into the quarterfinal, going into the semi-final, because RB Leipzig and Atlanta had been playing a lot of football over the course of the restart of the season. They've been playing in the Bundesliga and been playing in Serie A, and it was game after game, so the toll had to be on them. So these Liverpool PSG players just had this freshness about them, and once you have a team like Kylian Mbappe and Neymar, who have been out of football for quite some time and just eager to come on and showcase their quality, then it's got to be dangerous. Neymar and Mbappe have been on fire ever since the Champions League restarted, and going into this one, I'd be really surprised if they didn't turn up. They are two just gems of footballers. They just have this quality about them, and they are going to be the pivotal part. They're going to be the pivotal part in PSG's attempt to try and get their hands on the trophy. Now, also Di Maria, I should say perhaps an unsung hero. He's living in the shadow of Neymar and Kylian Mbappe, but he has played an integral part in this PSG team as well. He got them to the final. That performance in the semi-final, I mean, that sort of performance is what gets you to the final. And I think you saw against Atlanta that Neymar did his bit. He tried all he could and was clearly the best player against Atlanta in the quarterfinal when PSG struggled. But he missed having Angel Di Maria around him. Angel Di Maria is a person who's going to put in the work ethic. He's going to be a person who's going to try to get the ball. He's going to try to make things happen. Fine, Neymar does that, but Di Maria puts in that extra work that Neymar just doesn't put in. If Neymar loses the ball, it's not going to be the first defender. No. But Di Maria is that sort of person. He puts in an extra work. He's an engine to that front three. He's an engine that he's an integral part that makes Neymar and Mbappe and him work. He lets Neymar and Mbappe go out and get all the glory and stuff, while he does the integral part of the attacking line in the PSG team. So I think going into this game, PSG have a really good front forward. Neymar, Mbappe, Di Maria, that is surely going to cause some trouble to the Bayern Munich defense, and it's something that we want to see in the final. We want to see fast-flowing, attacking football in the final. We don't want to see teams sitting back. All due respect to Atletico Madrid, but Atletico Madrid are so reserved, and that's not what we would like to see in Champions League final. I'm just giving an example, I'm just not dragging them into it. I'm just giving them an example. That sort of game is not what we would like to see in the Champions League final. We would like to see games such as PSG are accustomed to playing, the attacking football, seeing Neymar, seeing Mbappe, that flair, and the Bayern Munich defense is going to be busy all game round, all through the 90 minutes, and this is exactly what we want. We want to see Neymar on the ball. We want to see Neymar exciting us, entertaining us. We want to see Kylian Mbappe taking on his players, making those explosive runs. We want to see Di Maria making things happen, getting the ball, spreading the ball, making things work between Neymar and them, and that is going to be a pivotal part for PSG in their attempt to try and get their hands on the cup for the big ears. Now let's talk about Bayern Munich, who have just been beasts in not only the Champions League but throughout this season. They've had one hell of a season. It started off quite rocky. They had a rough patch, and we actually thought that this was going to be the season that Dortmund actually come back and are able to take the Bundesliga title. But once once Hansi Flick came in, things just turned around. Bayern Munich just switched on. Müller, Serge Gnabry, Robert Lewandowski, Jerome Boateng, Alaba, Alphonso Davies. You can just talk about the whole team because they've just been that impressive. They've been that good, and they haven't lost a game this season in the UEFA Champions League. Not one. That is an impressive start. And well, I don't think I have to mention it. 7-2 against Tottenham Hotspur, 7-2 against Chelsea over 2 legs, 8-2 against Barcelona, and a really impressive performance in the semi-final against Lyon. This team looks unbeatable. Hansi Flick has gotten the best out of this team. Out of these players. These players are enjoying themselves out there. They know how to play to each other's strengths. Alphonso, it's like everything is connecting from the goalkeeper to the forward line. Now, there are a little bit of questions about the defense, but still, they are pretty solid. And going into this game, they are favorites. You have to say, anyone who disagrees, then you're entitled to your opinion. But looking at it from where I stand and from where most people stand, Bayern Munich are the favorites going into this competition because they look well oiled in every aspect of the pitch, at every position on the pitch. Wingers, Serge Gnabry, Perisic. Forward line, 55, goal scoring, Robert Lewandowski. Midfield, Thomas Müller. Thiago Alcantara, who is perhaps the best passer in the game in Europe right now, or even world football right now. You have Joshua Kimmich. Joshua Kimmich is one hell of a talent. He is one hell of a talent. You go to the defense. Alaba, Jerome Boateng, who just looked rejuvenated. Then you have Alphonso Davies, who perhaps, if he isn't is the best left back in the world at the moment. Sorry, Andy Robertson, but Alphonso Davies right now, no one can come close to him attacking and defend. Now, defensive-wise, I have a little bit of questions defensively, but he's done all right for himself. That's what I'm going to say. He's done all right for himself, and that just shows going forward. I think once a team is winning, and winning by the amount of goals that Bayern Munich normally wins by, I don't think it's very often that we tend to overshadow the defensive aspect of it. But he is what, to me, he is the best left back in the world at the moment. And even Marcelo will agree with me. Go and check his Twitter account. Marcelo agrees with me. So anyways, we have one hell of a final on our hands. Bayern Munich up against PSG, two powerhouses. And my money is on Bayern Munich. My money is on Bayern Munich. They are favorites, and not just by I have to go by the results. And by the mentality. They have this winning mentality, this professionalism about them that I just don't see with PSG. Now, PSG have a really good chance of winning it because this is a final. And a final with two really good clubs with really good players. So PSG have a good chance of winning it. But my money is on Bayern Munich because, there's just something about them, the professionalism about them, the getting down to business about them that PSG just don't have. But it's going to be one hell of a final, and I can't wait for it. I know you can't wait for it as well. So let's wait. 10 p.m. EAT. PSG up against Bayern Munich in Lisbon in the UEFA Champions League Final 2019-20. Who will come? Who will conquer Europe? I'm going with Victor Heinz. Thank you for tuning in. Leave a like if you love this video. Smash that subscribe button if you're new. And I'll see you guys all next time. Peace out.